Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year, everyone, and thanks for joining me. Give me a moment. I am not a tech person, so I have to get my screen up so that we can see it. Okay, okay, okay. So thank y'all. Thank you for coming to my workshop, Harmony, Balance, Work, Life. It was called Parental Harmony, but then I thought about it that we all need harmony in different phases of our lives. So with that being said, we're just going to rename it to Harmony, Balance, Work, Life. So again, I am April Mays Rhodes, known in the literary world as April Louise. And I am here to talk to you about creating harmony, balance versus work life. So, balance is not something you find, it is something you create. So when you're looking for balance, you just can't say, oh, when this is over or when I finish getting my degree, then I'm going to have balance. No, you have to create your balance. So we're going to talk about that today. Also, I just want you to know that this is going to be interactive. So get your pen and paper out because we're going to be doing some exercises. Okay, tell me in the chat, what are you expecting to get out of this workshop? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay. I see people say they're looking for balance. Okay, balance within their children, balance between work and school. Okay. Okay. So the first step to balance is self-care. And what we're going to talk about today is three different things. We're going to talk about self-awareness and meditation, communication and setting boundaries, and creating a personal well-being plan. That is the three things we're going to talk about. As you can see, self-care is under the umbrella. And then, with your permission, I am going to open you to new opportunities at the end of this workshop. We're going to discuss how you can get in contact with me, as well as I'm going to give you some golden nuggets. So, this is who I am. I am a child of God, a mother, daughter, sibling, auntie, godmother. I'm a caregiver. I'm a mentor, entrepreneur, author, speaker, personal development consultant. I'm a talent acquisitionist, and I'm a soror Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. That is just a few of the titles that I hold, a few of the hats that I hold. So I'm going to give you about 60 seconds to write down some of the titles that you hold. So go ahead and write down those titles. Also, I just want you to know if it seems like I'm looking away, I'm working with two screens so that I can be able to see the chat. Okay, just a few more seconds. Okay. So, does anybody want to share with me some of the titles you hold? You can put it in the chat. Okay, mother, wife, author, teacher, okay, child care provider. Okay. So, what I would like for y'all to do next is, again, this is who I am. So what I did was I took four of the titles that I hold, which are the hats that I wear, and then I put subtitles underneath for those. So for instance, if you got a hat, us women is, I think it's just us women in here today. So us women, sometimes when we take off a hat, we have a hairnet underneath of it. You know, if we got like holiday hair, we may have a wig cap underneath of our holiday hair. So that's what these subtitles are. You put the title and then a subtitle, which relates to you wearing a hat, and then underneath your hat you have a hairnet. So pick one or two of the titles that you had and then put your subtitles underneath of it. For example, I picked mother, and as a mother, I'm the doctor, I'm the nurse, I'm the spiritual advisor, I'm the personal consultant, I'm the personal shopper, I'm the chauffeur, I'm the banker, I'm the chef, I'm the nutritionist. It's a lot that I do under the title of mother. As an entrepreneur, I'm the CEO, the CFO, the brand ambassador, the affiliate marketer. As a talent acquisitionist, I'm the recruiter, I'm the marketer, I'm the brand ambassador. And even within my sorority, I'm the programs and Sigma's activities chair. I'm on the e-board. I'm on the elections committee. I'm on the HR committee. So there are titles that's underneath titles. So I'm going to give you another minute to write down some titles that's underneath one or two of the titles that you wrote previously. I should have had some music playing while y'all was doing that. So a few more seconds. Okay. So does anyone want to share what subtitles you have? You can put it in the chat. Okay, someone put under mother that you are the disciplinarian. You're the banker. I am too. Okay. Someone put they're a sister, and under sister, they're the counselor, they're the event planner. Okay. So as you can see, we have many titles, and under our titles, we have more titles. So basically, we're on hashtag team too much. Put hashtag team too much in the chat. Hashtag team too much. So Stephen Marsh says the central conflict of domestic life right now isn't men versus women or mothers versus fathers. It's the family against money. That is the conflict. That is the work life balance. So I just want to say there is nothing wrong with going out and getting what's yours. So if you're chasing those coins or those coins are chasing you, or if you're going to school to continue your education, to get a higher education, to better your life, to better your family's life, that is fine. All of that is fine. If you have to work multiple jobs because that's what you have to do to make ends meet, that's fine. But what we're going to talk about is how we can balance that along with life. Some of us are in organizations, sororities, fraternities, the links, the elks. You could be part of the PTA, the soccer mom, the theater dad. You know, we have other things and other professional development organizations or other personal organizations that we in, along with working along with life. Then all of that is coming together, and you're being pulled in a million directions. So therefore your equilibrium is off with balance. So we're going to talk about how we can balance that. Do y'all wear a S on your chest for superwoman or superman? Are y'all the end all to be all to your family? You the family gatekeeper. Everybody comes to you for something. So you have that S on your chest, whether you want the S on the chest or not. Somebody is looking at you as a superwoman. You could be a mom and you may feel like, oh, I'm not a superwoman, but your child thinks you are superwoman to them. You know, your husband might think you're a superwoman. Somebody in your family might think you're a superwoman. You might think you're a superwoman because you're doing everything for everybody. So you wear that S on your chest. But that can be exhausting. Remember, everybody is not your assignment. That's why you drained. Hashtag self-care. Remember that. Everybody is not your assignment. You're a mother, you're a father, your child is your assignment. But that doesn't mean your sister or your brother is your assignment or your best friend is your assignment. Everybody is not your assignment. Being a parent is a divine responsibility. God gave you that responsibility. But you don't, that doesn't mean you have to go out here and take care of everybody else and listen to everybody else's problems and be the end all to everything for everybody, the one that everybody comes to. Because you're pouring into them, but you're not pouring into yourself. So remember, everybody is not your assignment. Yes, we are magical. We're magical. When you become a parent, you automatically magical. Even if you're not a parent, and you may be a parent in the future, you are magical. If our child needs something, we're gonna figure out how our child gonna get it. We can make $1 out of 15 cents because our child needs it, our family needs it. So we continue we're the backbone. Women are the backbone to the family. So we're the backbone. So we're gonna make it work. But in making it work, we are draining ourselves. We cannot pour into other people without pouring into ourselves. You can't pour out of an empty cup. Nothing is coming out. So we have to learn to pour into ourselves first. So the math is mathing, as they say. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. 0 + 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. And 0 multiplies 0 is 0. Now, for all y'all math educators out there, you cannot divide 0 into 0. I know this is undefined, but this is part of my pattern. So I had to put that in there. All right. Is that all right with y'all? Put all right in the chat. So I have some questions for you. And as I ask you these questions, put the corresponding number in the chat. So, number one, do you feel annoyed when others place demands on your time? If that is you, put one. And I'm sorry, y'all. I have a little delay. I'm working with two laptops, so I have a little delay in the chat. Okay. So number two, do you have trouble sleeping because your mind is whirling? Like you go to bed and you have insomnia because you always have something on your mind. Your mind is just all over the place. It just keep going, keep going, keep going, and you just cannot get right. You can't relax in order to sleep because your mind is always going. When you're up, you can't stay focused on one thing because your mind is always whirling. If that is you, put number two in the chat. Number three, do you feel burnt out? Are you exhausted? Do you have anxiety? Are you irritable? Are you snapping at everybody? Someone come to you and say good morning, and you're like, what's so good about it? That person didn't even do anything to you, but you're irritable. You're taking it out on your child. You're taking it out on your significant other. You can be taking it out on people at work. Do you feel burnt out? Put number three. Number four, are your relationships suffering? That goes back to burnt out. You're irritable to everybody. You're just being mean for no reason, and you're taking everything out on everybody else. Again, someone says hi to you and you don't speak back. Someone's trying to be cordial and you being mean. Your relationships are suffering. If that's you, put four. And number five, do you feel like you're being pulled in a million directions? You the puppet. You just every which way. Your child needs something, your significant other needs something, your parent needs something, sibling needs something, your manager at work needs something, your coworker needs something, your friend needs something. You got to go to this event, you got to go to the grocery store, you got to pay these bills, you got to take this person to the physician. You just doing a lot, and you being pulled in a million directions. If that is you, put number five. Okay, so I see a lot of people that has different numbers. I see one person that got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're gonna talk about self-care. Keep calm and practice self-care. Creating balance starts with self-care. Again, you can't pour from an empty cup. If something happens to you, then who's gonna do the jobs that you've been doing? Now, if you fall out at work, they're gonna have somebody to replace you at work. Somebody's gonna replace you at work. But you fall out at home, who's gonna replace you? Who's gonna replace you as the mom, as the wife, as the sibling? Who's gonna take care of your household if you're in the hospital dealing with exhaustion? Who? Who gonna take care of you? You taking care of everybody else. The big question is who's gonna take care of you? So let's keep calm and practice self-care. We're gonna talk about self-awareness and meditation. So in emotional intelligence, there is self-reflecting that goes with self-awareness that goes with self-control. So we're going to talk about how you can do self-reflection And then you can be aware of the triggers and your emotions and behavior, and you can control how you behave and your emotions. So, reflect regularly. Set aside dedicated time for self reflection, whether daily or weekly. So I like to journal. I'm an author. I like to journal. Even before became an author, I like to journal. When I was little, I wanted that little diary. How many of us wanted that little diary with the little key and the little lock, and you put everything in it, and then you put it away so when nobody see it, I had my little diary, and I put it away so my sister couldn't find it, so she wouldn't be nosy. That was just me. But you can journal. That is part of journaling. So you can buy a journal. You can take a notebook and write in a notebook. If you like to key on your laptop, you can do that. However, you just journal. So you write down what triggered you to feel a certain way. You identify that trigger, identify your emotions, and then you identify the way that you felt when it happened and what was your behavior to that. Self-reflection, you can just start writing about anything. It doesn't have to be a problem. It doesn't have to be an issue. You could just be writing about your day, or you could just pick up your notebook and just write anything that's going on in your mind. And sometimes when you're writing, you may cry a little bit because you're releasing your emotions. You're releasing that stress. And it's okay to cry. Men, if you are out there, it is okay for a man to cry because you have to release. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's how you feel sometimes. And you have to release that weight. And sometimes crying it out or even dancing it out. Some people dance. So dancing it out, crying it out, that releases some stress. That releases a lot to help you feel better. And if that's what you have to do, then that's what you have to do. But you reflect on your emotions. You reflect on how you reacted to the emotions, and you reflect on the situation that triggered you to cause you to have that emotion. Also, you can spend quality time outside. We're going to talk about later how you spend quality time with your family and your children, but you also need to bond with yourself. Spend quality time outside. If you have to fix a nutritious meal for your family, i.e., hamburger helper and a salad, and let them eat that, and you take yourself out to eat, then that's what you do. You take yourself out to eat. You eat alone, or you go on a drive or just by yourself. You can go outside and walk around your neighborhood, or if you have a treadmill or close to a gym. If you have a treadmill at home, get on your treadmill. If you belong to a gym, or if your subdivision has a gym, go to the gym, because exercising is another way for you to self-reflect. It releases endorphins, but while you on that treadmill or you on a cycle, put your little headphones in, listen to your music, relax, and your mind can wander into things that you did that day or the day before, and you can be like, okay, I shouldn't have did this, or I shouldn't have said this, or I could have did it this way, or I couldn't do it that way. You can reflect on that. It also can bring you calmness, and you can just focus on one thing. If you listen to music, you can also focus on just your music. So exercising causes you to reflect, and exercises also cause you to focus. Again, you can spend quality time outside the house, get in your car and just drive and spend time with God. You know, God would love to hear from you. Yes, he would. He knows what's going on in your life, but he would love to hear from you. You can go to the park, you can go walking, spend time with God. You can do some meditation, which is our next step. So what I would like for y'all to do is either close your eyes or focus on something that's in the room that you are in. And this is going to be about 2 minutes. So either close your eyes or focus on something focus on an object that's in the room. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and we're going to breathe out through our mouth, and just listen to the directions of my voice. So take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in through your nose, hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe normally. I would like for you to go to your calm place. What place can you go to that's either a quiet place for you, a calm place for you, or your favorite place to be. Picture that in your mind. Take a deep breath in, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. Breathe normally. In your calm place, what do you see? Focus on what you see in your calm place. Are you at the beach and you see the seagulls? Are you in the mountains? You see the birds? Are you at a spa and you see the pictures on the wall? Are you in your man cave and you see the television screen? Wherever you are, focus on what you see. Take a deep breath in, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through your mouth. Now, in your calm place, what do you hear? Focus on what you hear. If you're at the beach, do you hear the crashing of the waves? If you're in the mountains, do you hear the birds singing? If you're at a spa, do you hear the waterfall trickling of water? If you're in your man cave, do you hear the actions of the sports going on? Focus on what you hear. Take a deep breath in, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Take another deep breath in, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe normally. When I count to 4, you can open your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, all right, all right. Shake it off. All right, because I don't want y'all to fall asleep. So put in the chat, how did that make you feel? How did this make you feel? Calm? Sleepy? Yes, I didn't want you to go to sleep. Okay, so you can do this within 10 to 15 minutes. If you're on a lunch break or you have 15 minutes to yourself, you can go somewhere and you can do this mindfulness. And I wouldn't suggest you're in the car. We have someone that's in the car, Doctor. Doctor, you in the car, so I don't want you to go to sleep. Okay. I don't want you to go to sleep as you driving. But you can be, when you pull up into your driveway at home, you can do this before you enter your house. So you can do this basically anywhere. Just don't do it while you're driving. But what you do is you take deep breaths in, you hold it for the count of 4, and you blow it out. And you think of the place that is your favorite place, a peaceful place, a quiet place, a calm place that's for you. And you go through the 5 senses. You focus on what you see, you focus on what you hear, you focus on what you smell, you focus on what you taste, and you focus on what you feel. And then after you do that, you come back to the here and now, and you should be feeling relaxed. So is that a good nugget? If that's a good nugget, put that in the chat. All right, all right, all right. Yes, good nuggets, good nuggets. Okay, so the next takeaway that you're going to get is communication and setting boundaries. A lot of us have a problem with communicating how we feel, and a lot of us have a problem with setting boundaries. So tell me in the chat, where do you need to set boundaries in your life? Put that in the chat. With your kids, work, friends. Okay. Okay. Again, y'all saw this earlier. Everybody is not your assignment. I had to put this back in here. Everybody is not your assignment. That's why you're drained. You have to take care of yourself. And in taking care of yourself, the first thing you need to do is one word, 2 letters. The Bible says, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. You have to say no, and you have to mean it. You need to say no with your chest, and you have to mean it. Now, there was a movie a while ago with Jim Carrey. Is the yes man. So he used to say no all the time. So he had to go a certain time period with saying yes to everything. We're going to flip the script. I want you to say no. You can take an hour, you can take a day, however long it takes you, and practice no. Because some of us have a hard time saying no. Not me, but some of us have a hard time saying no. So you might have to practice no. You might have to be in the mirror and practice no and say it with your chest and bring it up from your diaphragm. You got to say no, 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 no. There is a no button that you can purchase. I like this little button. You can also get it in a keychain and take it around with you. So when someone says, "Can I have?" No. "Can I borrow?" No. If it's not mandatory to work after work and your manager says, "Can you work late?" No. Your child said, "Can you take me?" No. A family like, "Well, let me hold something." No. You're not holding nothing. So you can get you one of these buttons. The last time, no. And like I said, these buttons, got it from Amazon. That's my no. I need to be pressing no for Amazon, but that's a whole nother story. But you can get a keychain that got the no on it, and you can practice with that. So no. Also with saying no and creating boundaries, you have to make sure you stick to it. So for instance, my child is grown now, but when he was little, I was part of the PTA. I was part of the school improvement team. Anything that had to do with his school, I was part of. So say you are at your max. You cannot take on any more. You don't have the time. You don't have the energy. You just don't want to take on anything else. But then someone comes to you and say, "Hey, I would like for you to be on this committee or chair this committee." And you say no. But they keep on asking you. And then eventually, because you tired of saying no and you tired of them asking, you just say yes. Well, now they got you. They just stepped over that boundary that you created because you just say yes. So now in their mind, they can say, "Oh, April Mays Rose might say no, but if you keep asking her, she gonna break down and eventually she gonna say yes." See, you just set that precedence. So you have to say no, and you have to keep steadfast on no to create that boundary. Also, in creating boundaries, when you're at home, create clear boundaries between work, civic organizations, and family time. When you're at work, you are at work. If your child call you or your husband call you when you're at work, you be like, "Hey, what you want? I can't talk right now because I'm at work," and you hang up. So you need to create them boundaries. If you can create them boundaries at work, you can create them boundaries at home. All right? Yes, create boundaries. You need to create some boundaries at home. So when you are at home, you're spending family time. You can be spending time with just your significant other or just your child, or you can be spending time with just yourself. When you're at home, make yourself cognizant that you avoid answering work phone calls, answering work emails. I work from home most of the time. So I have a different phone for work. But at a certain time, I cut that phone off because you ain't gonna get me. One time I left the phone on by accident. It was like 6 o'clock and my manager was calling me and I looked at the phone. I was, it's a Friday, it's after 6. She'll leave a message. I'll deal with it on Monday. So you have to be cognizant of that. Don't answer the work phone. Don't answer work emails. Avoid answering organizational emails. Avoid answering your personal emails when you're spending bonding quality time. Even avoid picking up your phone and text. Detox from digital. If it's an emergency, somebody will leave a voice message. And then when you get to it, you get to it. But be cognizant of spending family time with your family. Set aside dedicated family time so you can go to the movies. These days you can watch movies from home. All you got to do is live stream or go to Prime on Amazon. So you can have game night. You can have a specific dinner like on Sundays because everybody's schedule is busy during the week. So on Sunday, we're going to have family dinners. That's dedicated family time. And during that time, no phones. Make quality time count. So my son, I started this when my son was a toddler. We would have once a month, we would have mother son time. So I would give him options that was in my budget for him to pick to do, and we would do whatever he wanted to do. It may be half a day, it may be the whole day. So if he wanted to go to Frankie's, which in North Carolina, Frankie's is an upscale version of Chuck E. Cheese. So if he wanted to go to Frankie's, we went to Frankie's. If he wanted to go to the movies to watch something Marvel, we went to the movies. If he wanted to sit at home and do an anime marathon, we watched anime. I know far too much about anime, but we watched anime. Someone said they love anime. Okay, you and my son will get along because he loves anime too. But we whatever he wanted to do, and his dad and my mother knew that was our time, so they couldn't come in the room. If we was in the room watching a movie and they wanted to watch the movie, they had to go watch a movie in another room. They couldn't come in our time because it was just me and my child. So if you have one child, that's easier. But if you have more than one, I suggest that you spend time with your children all together, and then you make time for each one of them. It may not be a whole day, it may not be a half a day, it could be an hour or two, but just you and John, you and Janie. Spend that time together, but then spend that time apart. And trust me, as they grow up, they are more apt to come to you and tell you what's going on in their lives without you even having to ask. And when you spending the time, you're not talking about, well, high school. Well, what did they do in school? Well, this is what you need to do. And you need to clean your room and you need to pay attention. We're not doing all that when we spend a quality bonding time with our children. We're going to talk about whatever they want to talk about. And if they don't want to talk, then just don't talk. Just be there, be present. But trust me, as they get older, they will start valuing this time, and they're more apt to come to you when they get older to talk about anything. Because once they reach them teenage years, teenagers don't like no adults. But they will still be more apt to come to you to talk to you about what's going on in their lives. Spend quality time with your husband, your significant other, have your date night, your parents. You can spend quality time with your parents. My dad, every year for Christmas, is a lot of us. So for Christmas, he has a day where it's just father-daughter day. And we all get together and we go shopping with him. And he loves it because everybody will be at the mall like, oh, you with your girls? And he just be smiling. But that's his time with us because we all live in different places. And no one can my stepmom can't go, my child can't go, my nieces and nephews can't go, no one can go. It's just him and his children, and that's spending quality time. And we can't be on our phones because he will get you. If you on the phone, he'll like, get off your phone. So you have to digital detox. So some people will purposefully violate your boundaries in an effort to see how much you will tolerate. Again, when you keep saying no and then you break down and say yes, they're violating your boundaries because they're pushing you to see exactly how far they can go. You have to be steady and steadfast on your boundaries and on the word no. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a self-care plan. So get out your pen and paper again and write this down. Morning rituals, scheduled breaks, prioritize me time, family time, nighttime, which is before bed, digital detox, weekly self-care events, and reflect and adjust weekly. So morning rituals, say if you get up at 6 o'clock, start getting up at 5:30. Get up 30 minutes prior to what you used to get up. And get you a morning ritual. It could be reading the Bible, reading the Bible. It can be praying. It can be spending time with God. It can be exercising. Anything, create a morning ritual for you. Get you a breakfast. Make sure you're hydrated. Anything before you get the kids up or your husband up or you start your day to get your morning ritual going. Throughout the day, schedule breaks. If you get a 15-minute break at work, then in that 15 minutes, if you're able to, go for a walk or go into the break room when nobody's in the break room, just so that you can woo-saw. Schedule some breaks throughout the day. If you work from home, I work from home, so I can take my breaks whenever. So I can take a break. I can go into another room outside of my little office space and just woo-saw before I come back in to start working again. So schedule breaks throughout the day. Also prioritize me time. Me time can be 30 minutes. If you work outside the home and you're driving from home, from work to home, that 30-minute drive, and I know traffic can be crazy, but doing that 30-minute drive, you can be listening to music, you can be listening to an audio book, you can be talking to God, you can be spending time with yourself. So prioritize that time. And then again, in family time, which is in evenings, family time can be dinner together. Family time can be watching a movie together. Family time can be when you put your child to bed and you read your child a story. So your story time, that can be family time. And then at nighttime before you go to bed, create a calming situation for you. Some people like to watch the nightly news, and the nightly news comes on like 10:30, 11 o'clock. But it is so much chaos in the news. Then when you go to bed, you are wound up because of the stuff you'd heard on the news. So now you can't get calm, and now your mind is all over the place. So if you're the type of person that wants to be in the know with the news, I suggest that you watch the 5 o'clock news or the 6 o'clock news, not the 10 or 11, because that's going towards bedtime and you need to be calm when you go to bed. Also, detox from digital. So, no phone. I had a habit of reading on my phone at night. So, no phone, no reading on your phone, no laptop, no social media. Just disconnect from all digital so that you can create a more calming atmosphere so that you can get sleep. Also, detoxing from digital, your mind won't be whirling around. And some of us, when we be praying to God and asking for an answer, God is sending us the answer, but we don't know it because our mind is cluttered. So when you detox, you can open your mind more to God and receive what He is telling you. Also, take some time for weekly self-care. It could be exercising 3 times a day. It could be going to get my nails done every other week. It could be going out with friends just to have a social event. So plan some type of weekly self-care event and then reflex and adjust. So say if I said I want to exercise 3 times a week, but I can only exercise two, you're adjusting. Reflect on just what worked for you the day before or what worked for you the week before or the month before, and then adjust that self-care plan. So that is your homework, is to create a self-care plan. So tell me in the chat, what has been the value of this workshop? Okay. Saying no. Okay, saying no. Get you the no machine. No. Okay. So can you see the possibility of creating balance? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, amazing people, to get more of me, your girl April Louise, I have 4 digital books for you. So I have Mom Guilt, A Guide to Understanding What It Is, Why It Exists, and How to Manage It. I have Mastering the Art of Time Management. I have Stress Management for Moms, Identify and Recharge, and Smart Parenting, Navigating Today's Complex World. Because, these kids today is something for the people and they're more digital. I'm Generation X. I didn't have digital like I did now. This is Generation Alpha. Everything's digital and all on social media. And I also have a book with other authors that's in part of New Year, New You, will revamp your life, a blueprint for success in business, career, finance, wellness, and relationships. So this value of the books, the 4 ebooks, and then the 1 physical book, is a value of $145. But there's more. You can also get a one-on-one coaching session with me, Balance Navigator package. And in that coaching session, we will identify your values and priorities. We'll do goal setting and action planning, time management and prioritization, self-care and well-being. And we will also discuss in depth more boundaries and communication. And that value is of $197. So together with all 5 books and the coaching package, the value is at $341. But there's more. Introducing the New Year, New You, where we are going for more in 2024. You can get all 4 digital books and the physical book and a one-on-one coaching session with me for $197. That's $197. You can go to lifeisamaze.com/New Year, New You. And Maze is MAYS. So that's lifeisamaze.com, New Year, New You. So, do you have any questions for me? You can put it in the chat. And while you're putting questions, I'm just going to answer some frequently asked questions of me. And one question is, what do you do in the coaching session? And what I do in the coaching session is we will identify your triggers, and then we're going to set goals, and then we're going to set your action plans to accomplish those goals. So that is what we would do in coaching session. Another question is, do I ship internationally? So all books go internet. All books that are shipped internationally. The digital books you get automatically once the payment is received, but the physical book I can ship internationally. It would be an extra fee, and I'm not guaranteed if you would get it 5 to 6 business days because it is international, and it depends on the post office, how the mail runs. Another question is, what is the expected delivery time for my purchase? So if you're in the United States of America, then you will get your book within 5 to 6 business days. And that also depends on how the mail is running. So if you're international, you'll get the book, but it may take a little longer. If you're in the United States, you'll get the book within 5 to 6 business days. That don't include weekends, just or holidays, business days. But the digital books you will get automatically. So I don't see any questions in the chat, and I think our time is up. So with that being said, thank you, amazing people. And remember, you are amazing. Don't let anybody dim your shine. And I wish you for 2024 and beyond blessings, harmony, and love. Yes, I think you can go back, hit the button, and you can go back, go to the main page. Thank you.